Scotty Brooks has been around as long as the Oklahoma City Thunder.
It's time for some hoops at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder here in downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. So here's Miami's starting group. Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Dang and McRoberts holding down the forward spots. And it's Bosh in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Kevin Durant again last season, far and away the leader in points per game. Clark his 4th time with that distinction.
And Kevin, you know with your study of the game and its history, only 5 players in NBA history have done that. And if you're talking total points over a season, he's led the league in that category. 5.
Amazing.
Really is.
And here's Perkins after Dwayne Wade hitting the 3. Shots good by Ibaka.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Wade kicks to Chalmers. No good. On the 3. Jackson against Wade. Outside Jackson to the right side. From deep, trying to get open is Ibaka. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Westbrook.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Wade against Jackson. Chalmers with a screen on Jackson. And it's Dang in the corner. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
This is great. 3-pointers going down. At both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Jackson drives in, and it's blocked by Bosh. Here is McRoberts. The feed to Wade. Inside to Bosh, and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Jackson passes to Ibaka. Kicks to Westbrook. Shot from 12, and he hits the jump shot. Westbrook's got his first basket.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. Four of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. I caught up with Eric Spoelstra, and my first question was, what's the plan against Kevin Durant? Probably the premier scorer in the entire league. He said, well, it starts with trying to keep the ball out of his hands, because once he catches it, you're kind of at his mercy. Guys, Durant's so long, he can just shoot over the top. When he does get the ball, expect to see some double teams.
Thanks, Doris. Now here's Jackson after Dwayne Wade's miss. Westbrook, no good. Pass to Dang. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
When you face the Oklahoma City Thunder, one of the things defensively that you have to prioritize is keeping them out of transition. This team is long and athletic, and if they get out in the open court, you're in big trouble.
Now here's Westbrook after the miss by Luol Deng. And Westbrook, here we go. That one rolling around and rims out. And the Thunder in the half court, more of a jump shooting team.
And sometimes that can be a backhanded compliment. I mean, you look at their roster, Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka, even Reggie Jackson, you know, all pretty good from mid-range. So they spread you out, and then, of course, Durant's jump shot is pretty much unguardable.
4 on the clock. Here's McRoberts. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Josh McRoberts, a pretty unique player, 6'10" power forward who's an outstanding passer and quality shooter from range. But he's not without weaknesses. He could be a better rebounder and maybe a better defender for a player with his size and athleticism.
And McRoberts' rebounding rate has declined every season in the NBA, and that's 6 straight seasons. A rate last season that's unacceptable for a guy of his size. I mean, he's got to find a way to make a bigger impact on the glass.
And McRoberts, a starter in his time in Charlotte. His shooting provided spacing for locker room presence Big Al Jefferson to operate inside. Signed by the Miami Heat this offseason, Clark, just before LeBron's decision.
And Kevin, his game certainly would have been a compliment to LeBron's, but any team can use a big man who can pass and shoot. And with his athleticism, he still has some upside.
I agree. Now here's Westbrook. Can't hit from in close.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Deng with the screen for Chalmers. Deng kicks to Wade. There's the pass to Bosch. It's stolen by Adams. Chalmers against Westbrook. Durant attacking. Tries again, and there's the nice layup by Collison.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Morrow comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Lamb in there for Reggie Jackson. And some changes here for the Heat. Here's Cole. On the wing, Granger. 1:25 left to play in the first. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. Feeds to Morrow. The 3. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Morrow's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. They gave him a wide open look there.
Here's Cole. There's a good screen. And it's Granger penetrating. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
The Thunder leading by 4. Right side, Westbrook. Passes it to Morrow. Back to Westbrook. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Heat.
And I'll tell you what, this has been one ugly quarter for him.
And it keeps getting uglier. I mean, his touch has basically gone AWOL.
Haslam dishes to Cole. Now here is Haslam. Defense is right there. He feeds it to Granger. Just 5 to shoot. Morrow with the rebound.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
Dishes it to Westbrook. There's the screen to the inside. Now here's Lamb. Out to the wing. Knocks it loose. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Thunder out in front. They lead by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So the Thunder like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
Here's Morrow. And Scott Brooks, even when the Thunder were really a young team, was pretty open to getting input from his players, and they liked it.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it's a collaborative style. And really a credit to Scott Brooks that he's secure enough with himself to allow his players to have that input. You know, engaging his players and keeping them invested. It's not easy for coaches to do when they're expected to always be in control and have the answers. And he's got some great team leaders, too, so it's a nice fit for that collaborative style.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Anderson is out there with Haslam. Then it's Norris Cole. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's Napier in at the shooting guard. The dish to Haslam. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Haslam's got his first bucket of the night.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks just to get you some open looks like that one.
Baca against Haslam. Pass to Collison. Outside, Jones. Here's Lamb. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
And the Thunder with some changes. Kevin Durant's checked in for Collison. And it's Jackson in for Anthony Morrow. And the Heat with some changes. Free throw drops for Lamb.
Well, you look at Jeremy Lamb, physically 6'5", almost a 7-foot wingspan. Jumps well. He's got all the tools to be special at both ends of the floor.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. In the past, as you know, Chris Bosh tried to bulk up, but he's accepted his frame and his finesse game, saying, quote, "It's different now. The game is a lot faster. I don't bang anymore. It's not my strength, and I understand that." He's become more perimeter-oriented, and why not, Kevin? He said he realized that you do get one more point for threes. Gentlemen, over to you.
Perimeter shooting, big men. Very much in demand, Doris. Thanks. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. 6 points for Lamb.
And for Lamb, really the only physical knock is that he needs to continue to get stronger, get friendly in that weight room. He's still under 200 pounds, and his high center of gravity means he can tend to get pushed around a little bit, but that's nothing that strength won't eliminate. So the weight room has to be his strength.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Chalmers with it. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Just his first attempt, and it's Bosh, that time on the assist by Wayne. And Jeremy Lamb, Steve, sort of a late bloomer. He didn't become a starter until his senior year, in fact, in high school.
Yeah, he was lightly regarded, and even in his 2 seasons at UConn, he battled inconsistency at times, but a solid start to his NBA career. Good size and length and shooting ability.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Erik Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. His message to them was all about getting high percentage shots and having the crisp ball movement on the perimeter that it takes to get those shots. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Lamb. Blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Perkins is checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Lamb.
Russell Westbrook.
Here is Durant. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Jackson drives in, and the shot is good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Chalmers' shot is no good.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Well, there you go. If you're going to continue to give up open jump shots, you're not going to get back into this game.
And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Chalmers with a screen on Jackson. You can list off a lot of accolades for Dwayne Wade. One thing that might get overlooked is just how good he is at throwing the alley-oop pass.
Absolutely. It shouldn't be a surprise since he's so skilled at so many other facets of the game, but he might go down as one of the better alley-oop throwers of all time. Andre Miller's in that category,
yes,
too.
Two very, very good examples. The first free throw is good.
With Wade, you look at a lot of the year-end highlights for any season in the past few years, and a lot of them are just him throwing down those majestic-looking alley-oops.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. And both free throws good for Wade.
And one final thing about Wade's alley-oop passes. He can throw them accurately from almost anywhere. I recall one he threw from almost the foul line on the other end to LeBron James in a game against the Pacers. As soon as he gets it even near his own half-court line, he's a threat to catch somebody sleeping.
Here's Chalmers following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Bosh sets the pick for Wade. For three. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from McRoberts. The Thunder have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Outside Westbrook. And he's good on the three ball. Westbrook's got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, it's no wonder they've got the lead. Their shooting has really picked up here in the second quarter.
You know, you don't expect a team, Steve, to shoot in the 60% range the entire game. But if they can hover around that mark, then they'll run away with this one. They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Tortoise-like? Wow, Clark. Yeah, they're putting it together, but still trailing. Their offense is finally getting some traction.
And the Thunder with the possession here. The Heat getting the bucket.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
44 seconds left in the first half of the game. And it's Dang in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Thunder leading by 9. There's the pick. And here's Westbrook. 9 points in the game so far. 6 to shoot. Durant for 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And he answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Well, you can see it. They're getting into it a bit. A little mano-mano here. One-upsmanship taking place.
Bosh sets the pick for Chalmers. And it's Wade in the corner. Fires from 14. And there's another one for the Heat.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
That will count. And so that's the end of the first half. Thunder lead by 10. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
Russell, thank you so much. Kevin, hard work pays off.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. The second half just about to get going here. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Durant outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Jackson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Perkins in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Westbrook can't get it to go. Russell Westbrook returning last season from a torn meniscus suffered in the first round, Steve, of the 2013 playoffs.
Yeah, and the injury ended up requiring 3 different surgeries over an 8-month span, so a real scare for the Thunder. Fortunately, he came back and looked fantastic in the playoffs, and so there's less concern now over Westbrook's long-term health.
Here is Durant after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Outside for Durant. Perkins, the pass to Durant. 4 on the clock. From the stripe. Miami grabs the miss. Bosh has got his 3rd rebound on the night. And about a minute of action so far in the 3rd quarter. Wade dishes to Bosh. He kicks it to McRoberts. Good ball movement here by Miami. There's the bucket. Good. Chalmers has got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, folks.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
The Heat trail by 7. He dishes it to Wade. There's the triple. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Chalmers has got 3 assists in the game. Westbrook drives in, and that one's good. Westbrook's got 11.
I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Fires the 3. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Now still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss.
The feed to Wade. And McRoberts kicks to Bosh. Wade for 3, and that one's good. Wade's got 8 points in the quarter.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up. You know, when you're coming off a championship, actually make that 2 consecutive championships, it's even more okay to be more concerned about the postseason than the regular season. You're trying to figure out how to manage the regular season. And the Heat clearly took that approach, or at least it's...
Westbrook kicks to Perkins. For 3, Durant. Bosh grabs the miss. Bosh has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through. Well, what you said about the Heat, beyond the resting of key guys, they seem to be more concerned about the process of things than the result during the season. You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
Wade with it, guarded now by Jackson. Nick Roberts misses. The Thunder with the lead. Well, the Heat had no real reason to be concerned with results. It'd be nice for them to win, but they knew they were expected, Clark, to get to the finals again.
And there really wasn't anybody they feared. I mean, they might have ended second in the conference, but they played the season perfectly to set themselves up for the postseason. This season will be an interesting test, as there is a much tougher road for this group to be able to navigate to go deep into the playoffs.
He's still looking for his first 3-pointer of the second half after making just one. In the first.
And Chalmers kicks to McRoberts. Good, and it's Chalmers with the assist that time. And now a 4-point Heat lead.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Clark. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
For the Thunder, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Perkins. Hallison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin, during that break, Coach Scott Brooks had some words for his team. The strategy included running the offense through Russell Westbrook. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thanks, Doris.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Kevin Durant, the most unstoppable scorer in the game. It is amazing to watch this guy put the ball in the basket from every angle and every distance. His ball handling ability allows him to do just that. He can get wherever he wants to, when he wants to, and how he wants to. Can get a shot off anytime.
And Cole kicks to Napier. Anderson passes to Granger. It's good from long range. Granger's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been 3-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
Lets it go with a 3. Westbrook can't get it to go. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Yeah, that's the right move. Get a good possession here, play defense, and get one more opportunity to score.
And it's Napier missing.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
Here's Morrow, and again it's Oklahoma City.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Napier. From deep. It's hauled in by Adams. The Thunder have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Westbrook kicks to Durant. The fadeaway. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Here's Cole. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Cole's got his first points of the night.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Oklahoma City out in front, up 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie, and the truck for showing it. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. Norris Cole and Dwayne Wade combine at guard. Nick Roberts at the 4 with Bosch at center. And it's Dang in at the 3 slot. It's stolen by Lamb. Now Westbrook. Durant wide open. He fires. A nice jump shot from the top of the key. Durant's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Thunder. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
Here is McRoberts. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
What a play to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch. Dwayne Wade, a Hall of Fame player, I think, held back by bone bruises and tendonitis in his knees in recent years. But, you know, by keeping them in good shape and staying in condition, he's been able to find ways to play throughout the season and still be effective.
Free throw no good for Wade.
And with the Heat's success riding in large part on Wade's knees, you can bet that he and the team have left no stone unturned in trying to protect him. From selective rest to advanced therapies, they've got a really extensive plan in place.
Here's Dang, and Durant sends it back. They got him on the arm, but it still can. Some on-the-fly coaching right there from their leader.
Yeah, he knows, not just what his own job is, but what his teammates' jobs are as well. That's why he's such a good leader for this club.
And that's another reason that he's so assertive out there. He does know what's necessary, and he's not afraid to take charge and to let his feelings be known, to challenge his teammates to get on task and on target.
And the Thunder making a change here. Perkins is checked in. And last season, Wade expressed regret over his knee surgery way back at Marquette. Stevie said his torn meniscus had been trimmed rather than repaired. That was odd.
Well, he felt that was what led to a lot of the long-term knee issues that he's experiencing now. But, sports medicine has advanced so quickly. Things that are common now simply weren't even in practice a decade ago.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Heat.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And how about the touch they've displayed from long range, guys? I mean, as a team, they are really shooting the ball well and executing from the perimeter.
First free throw is good. Not a big surprise, but the Heat, Steve, were the best team in the East last year when it came to playing teams in the Western Conference.
Yeah, that's not a shock at all because they have the most talent from the East, and I think only facing those clubs twice each, Miami was much more likely to be up for those games from an emotional standpoint.
Good on both.
You know, back to your point about the Heat in the West, they were the only East team to get 20 wins against the Western Conference.
Now here's Wade. Kicks to Cole. Here's Bosch. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've led by as many as 14 points.
And for a team in the East, that's often the real test of how good you are. Of course, that wasn't really a question for the Heat, as they were always regarded as the team to beat last year in the NBA.
Here is Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ibaka. Gets the 14-footer to fall. And the Thunder lead by 3.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
That's good.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Oklahoma City's gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Here's Ibaka, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
Jackson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. The Heat also with the sub. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Norris Cole. The free throw drops from Ibaka.
Well, there is a reason they call it Loud City. Oklahoma City, voted by NBA GMs as having the best home court advantage in the NBA. The fans are on top of you and engaged from start to finish.
Here's Westbrook. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Sinks that one from the post.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
The Heat trail by 4. Here's Chalmers. The pass to McRoberts. Back to Chalmers. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Westbrook's got the ball.
That very well may put the finishing touch on this one. Not at all the time to get sloppy with the basketball.
How about the killer instinct, Clark? Not running the clock out, but pushing it ahead and tacking points onto their lead.
Here is Chalmers, following the score by Oklahoma City. No good from Bosch.
Surprisingly, he hasn't really been a big part of their offense. I don't think he ever got into a rhythm.
Jackson dishes to Perkins. Feeds to Durant. The 3. Miami grabs the miss. Passes it to McRoberts. Dishes to Chalmers. The 11-footer off the left rim and out.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Chalmers against Jackson. He feeds it to Westbrook. It's Jackson with the drive. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 7th assist in the game. And the Heat call time here. They're losing by 8. There's 1:40 left to play in the final quarter. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
Bosch kicks to Chalmers. The dish to McRoberts. Again, the miss by the Heat.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Now here's Jackson. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Ibaka doing all kinds of things.
He's got 13 points and the 1 steal. What touch he's got out there. He's hardly missed anything.
Well, they've got to do anything they can to keep the ball out of his hands.
1:11 left in the fourth. The Heat trail by 11. Wade passes to Bosch. Back to Wade. They need this one. Mick Roberts misses. Thunder have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter.
So it looks like just playing the last bit of this game out in what should be a nice win here for the Thunder.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
Depth always a factor in wins like this, and what an incredible game out of nowhere it was for Durant. He was really everywhere. Defensively, offensively, the total effort we saw from him, I think, was the difference.
Russell Westbrook, shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA. Some people would say, what about you?
Well, you know, it's hard to say ever, but Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. He plays almost angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen a guy at the point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like how you mentioned Rose because I would agree, and that's a great way to kind of figure out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was
right in that same category.
You got it.
Something they'd like to see more of him more often, that's for sure.
Now here's Lamb. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Russell, obviously your ability to attack on offense is such a key for your team. How do you decide when to go to the hoop and when to pass the ball?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Russell, thank you. Kevin, he does it brilliantly.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.